Hi everyone, my name's Amir and welcome to one of the first videos that I'll be taking for my YouTube channel Retro Amir. So in this first video it'll be rather unedited, it'll be quite raw, but I just wanted to introduce some of the games that I've collected over the years. So I've been collecting games for over 12 years. I think I started in 2011, 2012, and I don't necessarily collect for one particular console, even though I grew up on the Super Nintendo as my first real console. Never really had an NES system, so I don't really collect for NES. I do have a few games, a few NES games in my collection. But over the years, I've acquired a relatively large selection of games. I try to collect everything that is boxed and complete. I don't collect games which, if they're incomplete, I'm not really that interested in collecting them. So this first video is just for me to show you some games that I've collected over the years. One thing to note about my collection, so I'm currently in the process of making the games room. So today everything is an absolute mess. As you can see, there's boxes and boxes of games everywhere. Now this room is relatively new. We purchased this house 2 years ago, and it's in the loft. And when we purchased this house, this is one of the first rooms that was complete. Therefore, there's a bed in here still with a TV. So it's in a loft conversion. It's on the second floor, and as you can see, it's still work in progress. But I wanted to take these videos to show you the progress that I have in terms of the games room going forward. Like I said, most of these boxes are full of games. Everything that's pretty much left in the cardboard boxes are limited edition games. They're not necessarily games that they're sealed, they're limited edition, and they're quite big and bulky. I have a lot of consoles which are hidden away, which you won't really get to see much in this video, but I do have the majority of standard consoles that you would expect a collector to have. So just another view of the games room under development. I'm hoping to get this games room relatively complete within the next month. Still have a lot of sorting out to do and a lot of clearing out. In these boxes are all stuff which I sell on eBay. I'm not a trader, please don't get me wrong, I don't trade games. However, I do buy collections and keep what I need and sell the rest, as most people do on YouTube. Sell the rest and try to make as much money back off the original purchase costs. So let's go through some of the games. It's not going to be an in-depth video of any particular console. It's just an overview, of the majority of games that I have acquired over the years. So please forgive me, as I mentioned, it is a mess at this stage. So you can see some of the Sega Mega Drive games here. I collect Jaguar. Just moving this out the way. There's a bunch of Sega Saturn games there as well. And these are my PSP games. I'm hoping to get quite a few shelves to put on either side of the TV and perhaps on top of the TV on the wall as well, so I can display my games properly going forward. These are some of my PlayStation 1 games. Notable ones there are Tomb, Silent Hill, usual games which are relatively expensive in today's retro collecting climate. I have PS5 at the top. My PlayStation 5 is actually downstairs. Don't necessarily play my PlayStation 5 too much because I don't find there's not that many games on the PS5 which actually interest me. PS4's here. Xbox 360. PlayStation 3. So as you can see, I'm going through this very quickly. My aim of the channel is to have 1 or 2 videos every week where I share updates on new games which I've purchased for my collection, as well as giving a video on one particular console and all the games that I have on that console during the week. So this is Xbox original. There's loads of duplicates. I need to sell my duplicates or trade them, etc. The PS2 games are here, and there's another row of PS2 games underneath that. I won't dig them out right now, just to show if you can see perhaps some of the titles. Going back to Xbox, your GameCube's packed away in the corner over there. More PS1 games at the bottom. So if there's any particular titles which interest you, shout out in the comments and let me know which games you perhaps played or are playing. There's more PS1 games here, the double jewel cases. My Dreamcast collection isn't that big at this stage, hoping to expand it, but just finding the games are difficult. I've got two cats and this is one of them. Lola, come on. And they always hang out in the games room. A lot of the more expensive games I try to put in protective cases. These cats jump everywhere and they get in all kinds of places. So going back to some of the Dreamcast games. Now on the top of this first shelf I generally have Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games. I have a few more in this corner as well. It's Persona on the PSP. Mostly Zeldas in the beginning, Zelda DX. But like I said, all these titles I will go through them with you in detail as the channel progresses, and I'm hoping to develop actually better quality videos edited. This first video will be pretty much unedited, just for you to see roughly the games that I have. I mentioned in the beginning that I don't really collect for the NES, and as you can see I only have a few games on the NES. Perhaps about how many games are there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. Then below that I have my Super Nintendo games. Most of these games, I'd say about 90-95% of them, are boxed and complete. This is a game I picked up a few weeks ago. Firemen in mint condition. I was very proud to get this one. I've been looking for this for a long time. Yeah, as I was saying, most of my games on the Super Nintendo are fully complete, and as you can see I've got duplicates for trade bait in the future. Some NTSC games, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, Mario RPG, Breath of Fires. Going to the second row of the SNES games, we won't be able to see all the titles. And then below that, the final two rows are N64. Two copies of Conkers there. I bought this a long time ago. I got it for a relatively cheap price, so I just kept it in the collection. Don't try to collect graded games, but it's a piece which I've had for a number of years, so I've just kept it in. I've got Switch games at the top. It's too many to go through at the stage. GameCube games just below that. Sorry, DS games first. Most notably Chrono Trigger on the DS, which is relatively hard to get now. And then followed by my 3DS games. You'll notice lots of duplicates still sealed. That's because a few years ago Argos were pretty much clearing them out, so I just purchased them and never got around to trading them at this stage. Now we're going to GameCube. Sorry, you can't really see too much in this first video, but I will go through each system at a time as the channel develops. And we got Wii right at the bottom. These are my Switch sealed games, which I haven't got around to opening yet. Over here as well. Like I said, I don't really collect. I have quite a few sealed games, but I'm not really out there to collect sealed games. I buy them whenever they're cheap or on offer, or I've got vouchers, and we take it from there. In this corner here, I have some box consoles. Nothing too special there. This is where my desk, this is where I work, and this is where I plan to do most of my editing for my YouTube channel. I work from home most days, probably go in maximum once a week. So I spend a lot of time up here, and because of the mess, it's given me a headache, which has motivated me. If I do this first video, and hopefully it pushes me to actually get the games in order and presented quite nicely. Over here we have a few more 3DS games and Pokemon games. One console which I sold last year was the Panasonic 3DO. It just wasn't fitting in my collection, and it was in a box. I just thought I'd just sell it, so I managed to get quite a decent amount on eBay for it. But I will be looking for another Panasonic 3DO in the near future. So I'd say you've seen, well, you haven't seen all the games, but you've probably seen approximately 80% of the games that I have in my collection. Oh, 70% actually, because all these boxes are full of games. But yeah, that was my first video. Very raw, very unprofessional, as one would say. But it's just, I've seen quite a few people recently starting their YouTube channels who have motivated me to get at least one video uploaded so that I can go through the games with you in detail in the future. And that's it for now. So thank you very much. I'd appreciate if you liked the video or even subscribe. That'd be great. And hopefully see you in a few days where I have an update on the games room, and perhaps we go through some of the games on particular consoles. One thing I want to note is that as I'm going through my collection, I'm finding lots of duplicates. So my aim is, as the YouTube channel grows, I would like to do lots of giveaways for games which I don't particularly want or need as the weeks continue. My aim is, once I get to 250 subscribers, I'll be giving a small game away, 500, another game away every 250. I'm intending to give one game away. These games won't be anything crazy, just duplicates or games that I don't want or need in my collection, or if I've got an upgrade. So that's it for now. See you in a few days. Thank you for watching.